Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. And I'm so glad we finally gather here. And it's my pleasure to introduce myself and my research to you. I'm the ESR 13, Lin Jinghuai, and my supervisor is Professor Latoshik, Dr. Kim, and Professor Pauli. And so here's some information about myself. I come from Shantou, a beautiful coastal city in southern China. And now I'm in Würzburg, Germany, working as the ESR 13 and also pursuing my PhD at the University of Würzburg. So for my education background, I obtained my bachelor degree of Electronic Information Science and Technology from Sun Yat-sen University. And after that, I studied computer graphic, vision, and imaging for my master degree in University College London. And during my study there, I got the chance to explore and develop a huge passion for the technology of virtual reality and augmented reality, which finally bring me here to the Human-Computer Interaction Group in University of Würzburg, where I can step further into this fascinating area. And so as for my research topic, it is privacy protection effects on social communication. And to be more specific, it is the protection of personalized photorealistic avatars against identity theft in social virtual reality. And before we go further, let me just quickly illustrate what is an avatar and what is a personalized photorealistic avatar. So an avatar is usually a graphical representation of a user or the user's character or persona, which are now widely applied as users' embodied interface or their proxy in video games or virtual environment, such as social VR, VR cooperation, virtual education, or even healthcare. The use of avatars will create a sense of virtual body ownership and also enhance the sense of presence. However, in some scenario, we do desire a representation with more identifiable characteristic. So compared to these generic and cartoon style avatars, a personalized avatars that look exactly like you could introduce authenticity and trust, as well as improving the virtual body ownership and social presence. So how do we create a digital bodies in our embodiment lab with this full body scanner and the fast avatar generation pipeline? We are now able to generate our digital body in less than 20 minutes. So as you can see on the top here, and then entering a virtual world as yourself is no longer a dream. And what is more exciting is recently our colleague has developed a new pipeline to generate your digital body with simply a smartphone video. So this could make personalized avatars accessible for the general public with a smartphone that everyone has. And so here is an excellent example of what this avatar can do in a social communication. Let me just play you this video. So this is Professor Caroline Winrich from University of Würzburg giving a virtual talk about XR technology on the National Digital Day. And you would also notice on the right-hand side is my supervisor, Professor Latoshik. But something interesting about this talk is, let's move to here. So as you can see, the avatar of Professor Latoshik was actually controlled by a student assistant, and I believe none of us have noticed or even thought about it until it was reviewed here. So after watching this example, I believe we all have these questions. How do we make sure that the person behind an avatar is who you think he or she is? So to ensure the authenticity in social VR, we urgently need to deal with these questions like, how do we protect our digital bodies? How do we create an authentication system for social VR? So to protect the authenticity of our avatars, there are many practice and experience we could borrow just from traditional communication tools, multiplayer video games, and personal information management system. And this practice could be, for example, a solid identity and access management to register and to verify a digital body. Could be data encryption and secure network connection to prevent unauthorized access and attack and so on. And regarding the interactive features of VR technology, a real-time authentication system will play a significant role, and much research has been exploring authentication and identification using biometric data, such as the user inputs and tracking data from VR controller or VR headset. And as you also can see here is an avatar of myself. So the goal of my research would be to examine how privacy protection will affect social communication in VR and to improve the overall user experience. So what we do is we will first integrate certification and authentication techniques to our social VR system. And also we will carry out user study to evaluate the impact of privacy protection on users' behavior. And in the end, we would come up with design guidelines for a secure social VR system. And to begin with, we will first carry out a user study on the psychological impact of possible solutions, which will be in collaboration with our ESR 12 Lin. And the focus will be how the appearance or the rendering of the avatar could indicate authenticity and affect trust among users. So here is some example. The avatar will be rendered or modified in different styles, and this representation, for example, the color or the opacity, whether with or without a shadow or simply just a label, could work as a metaphor to indicate whether it is trustworthy or not. And here, by trustworthy, we mean whether the identity of the avatar can be verified and whether they can be trusted or not. And by manipulating this authenticity feedback and the so-called trustworthiness level, we would try to find out the correlation amongst authenticity, trust, and users' physical and psychological behaviors. And from the result of this study, we will further examine different factors contributing to trust in social communication and push our research forward. So as for my secondment, I'll have my first secondment to KU Leuven with the ESR number 5 to study the effect of privacy regulation in health and activity trackings on users' behavior. And for the secondment, it would be in TNO, and I will study privacy protection effects on social communication application. So that would be all of my introduction for today. Thank you all for your attention. I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you very much, Jinghuai. Other questions?